Hi everyone, I'm Tom Slivick. Welcome to TSPN's News for today. We have some good stories for you. Let's start. The Sutter Creek City Council will hold the closed session at 6 p.m. and the regular meeting session at 7 p.m. tonight, Monday, April 1st at 33 Church Street, Sutter Creek. The main item on the agenda for discussion and action is a continued item from last meeting, the 218 ACES rate increase protest. And the protest fell short by 149. 279 of the ballots were rejected out of the 714 protest letters received. And tonight's resolution, 1213, approving ACE's request for interim compensation adjustment and authorizing inflationary rate adjustments pursuant to Proposition 218, approval for resolution of interim compensation adjustment, become effective April 1st, 2013, today, and the protest hearing for proposition for the proposed rate increase and for additional inflationary rate increases through June 30th, 2018. Last week, the U.S. Department of Agriculture announced that payments to states under the Secure Rural Schools program were being subjected to sequestration, and this proclamation by the U.S. Forest Service Chief Thomas Tidwell has created quite a stir in Washington, D.C. and in the states affected by SRS payments. Today, one of the two letters was sent to the USDA Forest Service, led by House Natural Resource Committee Chairman Doc Hastings, Republican from Washington, expressing opposition to the attempt by the Obama administration, and a second letter signed primarily by congressional Democrats is expected to be sent no later than tomorrow. In addition, RCRC and CSAC have joined with other California education-related groups in expressing opposition. The USDA is claiming that federal fiscal year 2012 payments, which were released to states at the beginning of February 2013, are subjected to a 5.1 reduction under the Budget Control Act, which mandated budget reductions totaling $85 million for federal fiscal year 2013. RCRC and CSAC have confirmed that California's Governor Brown received a letter from the USDA demanding collection, and both organizations are working with the California Department of Finance and the State Controller's Office to see how California would or could implement this reduction. However, they join a chorus of groups in advocating to the Brown administration that these payments are not subject to sequestration. Nevertheless, it remains unclear just how Title I and Title III payments from 2012 can be recaptured and/or the impact of Title II payments. Despite the issues of federal sequestration, RCRC has been working to persuade Congress to extend this program. For additional information, please contact either Patricia Meganson or Paul A. Smith of RCRC Government Affairs staff at 916-447-4806. And the meeting of the Amador Water Agency Board of Directors Budget and Finance Committee, composed of Directors Troy and Farrington, is now scheduled for Tuesday, April 2nd, 3 p.m. Please note that the regularly scheduled Budget and Finance Committee meeting originally was scheduled for Wednesday, April 3rd, and that's been canceled and rescheduled for Tuesday, April 2nd, 2013, 3 p.m. The meeting will be held at the Amador Water Agency Boardroom at 12800 Ridge Road, Sutter Creek. On the agenda are two items. First is review of the monthly federal report for February, and the final topic is the cash flow review. Ione City Council's regular meeting is Tuesday, April 2nd, 6 p.m. at Ione City Hall, 1 East Main Street, Ione. This week has no items for public hearing. On the agenda are two items first introduced and waived the first reading by substitution of title only. An ordinance of the City Council of the City of Ione adopting revisions section 204.040 and 2.04.120 of Chapter 2.04 of the Ione Municipal Code. At the March 19, 2013 City Council meeting, it directed the City Attorney to research and, if necessary, revise two sections of the Ione Municipal Code, sections 204.040 and 2.04.120. The revisions are shown in strikeout and underline on the attached purposed ordinance, and Section 2.04 codifies the discipline of members of the City Council. This section has been unchanged since Ione first adopted a municipal code. After review of the relevant authorities, the removal of a council member by a 4/5 vote of his or her fellows is not clearly supported by state law. Generally, when an officer or body has the power to appoint, the power to remove is inherent in the appointment power. The government code, however, does not clearly authorize a city council to remove a member of the body, and the government code does have statutory provisions outlining circumstances in which the office of a city council member is forfeited. Those circumstances all require a conviction rather than allowing removal for malfeasance or misfeasance. Further, misfeasance and malfeasance are ambiguous terms and hard to pronounce as well, subject to interpretation. Given the foregoing, changes have been made in the proposed ordinance to clarify that a city council member forfeits his or her office after a criminal conviction for any offense involving a violation of his or her official duties. For consistency, the proposed language tracks the language of Government Code Section 1770. Section 2.04.120 outlines procedures for public comment. The current version of this section does not allow members of the public to make public comment until they have been granted leave to do so by the mayor. Because this section is ambiguous as currently drafted, staff recommends changing the section to clarify that the mayor opens and closes public comment and the public may make public comment in an orderly fashion so long as the public comment period remains open. An additional clause has also been added in accordance with the Brown Act to clarify that while members of the public are encouraged to provide a name and address to follow up by the city staff if warranted, providing a name and or address is not required to make public comment. The next item on the agenda is a request for a sewer fee waiver for 649 Castle Oaks Drive, and the council meeting will also have reports by the city manager, the city council committee reports, and last up will be the city council's comments and future agenda items. And let's take a quick look at our weather for today. Boy, a beautiful day out there, and didn't we have a wonderful lightning storm on the Saturday? Anyway, we have a 20% chance of rain today with a high of 62, low of 46, winds out of the west 7 miles, and on Tuesday, sunny high of 68, low of 49s, winds out of the northeast 5 to 8 miles an hour, and on Wednesday, sunny high of 72 and a low of 40 to make it 53. Air quality index report, ozone levels are good today at 42 and will be moderate tomorrow at 53. If you'd like to burn, give them a call at 223-6246. And we'll be taking our break, and when I come back, I'll be with Dennis Stulton, a member of the Miwok tribe, and you'll be talking about the park restoration project here at Dieter Park, and it's going to be open next week. So stay with us. We're going to find out more about it right after this break.
You're watching Amador County's local television network, TSPN.